All right, how's it going, guys? Today on Behind the Bootleg, we have Chubby Depp. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Oh, pretty good, man. Pretty good. So,
Good to
how
hear.
did you first thing get involved in professional wrestling?
And professional wrestling. I've been a fan um, since I was a young child. Since I was still a toddler, I was a fan. And unfortunately, where I used to live, it used to be a border town. There was really the population isn't great, and there just wasn't any wrestling schools or anything. So I was working at a pawn shop, and I had happened to go to an indie event like the week prior, and just by chance. One of the promoters, he was an announcer at the show. He came in and I was like, "Hey, you're the announcer from that show I went to." And he just kind of looks at me real strange. He's like, actually, I'm a wrestler, but I'm injured. Um, I just asked him then, "Hey, man, is there any schools here or anything of that matter?" And he said no. But then a couple weeks later, he happened to come back into the pawn shop I was working at, and then he asked me, "Are you interested in training?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I am." I showed up to his training, and I haven't left since, thankfully.
Awesome. How long ago was that?
That was at the end of 2019.
Okay.
At the end of 2019, actually, yeah, it was literally around this time because I went to one training, and then he told me we're not going to train because of Thanksgiving, so I'll see you next week. So it's been 2 years now since I started with this guy.
Nice. You're also heavily involved in music too, right?
I am, yes, sir. I'm 30 now. I've been playing music since I was 11 years old.
What kind of
So
music you
I've
play?
been. It really depends. I started out with like Mexican music, classical Mexican music, just because that's like what my grandfather and my uncles would show me. And then as I became a teenager, I got angry, started playing metal music,
Yeah.
and ever since then, it's just been I've changed it up. I when I started composing, it was originally like metal music, but it's gone on to like pop music, some acoustic indie rock music. It's all over the place a lot of the time, but it's fun.
You mellowed out a lot in your old age.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
chilled out a
Yeah.
lot, man.
I feel like
I
I have
can't do
to.
the mosh pits.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
tired of those right whenever they started doing the slam dancing and that stuff, you know.
Hmm.
Like, as soon as they
Yeah.
started bringing
Oh,
that
yeah.
in, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm too old for that.
Actually, right when I started training, it's funny you say that. The hardcore dances. I went to one of those hardcore shows, and I was just standing in the back because the rule is if you don't want to get hit, you stand way in the back.
Yeah.
I still got beat up pretty bad, man. Those swings were ever. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
The intensity of those shows are nice, but my body can't.
Yeah. 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 The man, there's just no way to avoid getting a damn elbow or a fist to the face during those, you know, and you get
Or
caught
a
off guard
kick,
and get
man.
pissed off. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you want to get into it, but you know you're gonna get another one from another side.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they got their group of friends, and it's you and your group of friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Those great times, though. Great times.
Right. What do you do? Do you are you a singer? Are you a you play guitar?
Um, in music, since I started, I was always playing guitar and singing. I was always when I had bands, I was usually like the vocalist. So, but I also played guitar in the band. Later on, I just started just singing. But it felt weird, man. It felt really weird because I've had a guitar on me for so long.
Mm.
So when I just had a microphone, I kind of felt real naked. So later on in that last band I was in, I was like, no, well, I'm going to be playing guitar too. So we have three guitar players, but it just felt right, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's usually what I do. I can play almost any string instrument. Um, the only thing I can't play is the drums, man. It's just something else. I have
Yeah.
no sense of timing.
Rhythm. Yeah. So are you a heel or a baby face?
um, Truthfully, I would like to do both.
Mhm.
But I've never been booked as a heel. I've always been a babyface the whole time, and I'm really looking forward to the day where someone books me as a heel. But
Yeah.
everywhere I've wrestled, it's been babyface, which
Yeah.
is cool. Um, but I feel like a heel Chubby would be pretty cool too.
Right. Who are some of your main influences? You know, guys you grew up watching. Like,
number one, Shawn Michaels. Forever, I'm a Shawn Michaels stan. First time I ever saw him was in Tucson. He didn't even wrestle. I was like 12 years old. He didn't even wrestle. He came out and I just remember crying like I just saw like the Beatles for the first time or something. But yeah, Shawn Michaels definitely number one. Roddy Piper, Steve Austin. Right now, I'm really into John Moxley style of wrestling. Gold Dust, just because of character longevity.
Yeah. Yeah, Dustin Rhodes is just awesome anyway, man. I remember whenever he was the Natural in WCW. You know?
Yeah. He's awesome,
back,
isn't he? Very underrated.
Yeah, man. That whole roster back then with Johnny B. Bad and Ron Simmons and man,
Yeah.
stacked. You know, Cactus Jack, Vader. Those matches with Cactus Jack and Vader, awesome.
Oh, they were awesome. Yeah, actually, Vader is another one that because of my size, I've been studying a lot recent times. I like, you need to study Big Van Vader. Why haven't I studied Big Van Vader? You know, but yeah, Vader's pretty badass too, man. But yeah, that roster back then was just stacked. I think 96 to 98 was probably like my favorite times.
Yeah.
Just because good stuff. Everyone just had beef with everybody, you know.
Yeah.
So
people jumping companies, you know, from WCW, WWF.
Yeah.
Who's going to be in NWO next? You know, man, the whole NWO angle got it.
Those were just
quick though, man. Like with all the running in every match, you know, it's like, okay, it's too much. Like I feel AEW is kind of going that direction with too many stables. You know?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
the stable thing is cool.
Yeah, I mean, I like AEW.
Sorry?
I like AEW. You know, don't get me wrong, but I think that they have a little too many stables right now. You know, need to break some of them apart.
Yeah, watching AEW, it's kind of like just the way they film it. I feel like I'm watching WCW a lot of the time. I mean, I like it. I like the wrestling on it, especially now, which is like, oh man, what are you guys doing? This is awesome. With Danielson there now, putting on matches with everybody. But I feel like when I'm watching it's WCW, and it's cool because it's a nostalgic feeling. But I completely understand what you're saying about the stables. Yeah. Way too many.
But some of it I love though, man. Like the whole Darby Allin and Sting putting them together. That was a great idea. It was a good call.
Great, right? That's a great. That was like everything about it. I was like, oh shit, that's dope. Does Darby remind you of like a Jeff Hardy in a sense?
Yeah. He's got that same edge.
First time that indie show that I was talking about earlier, he happened to headline that indie show 2 years ago. You know, Darby Allin just, you know, Tucson in a bar, a little shitty bar. You know, I love that little shitty bar, but you know, he was there, and now he's wrestling in front of thousands and thousands and thousands of people. It's just, wow, that's so dope. So dope for him, man.
Yeah,
like, but yeah, he gives me that Jeff Hardy vibe, and yeah, Darby and Sting, that pairing is really, really cool. I see it as very like Tim Burton in a way.
Yeah, I can see that. Do you still watch WWE any?
Oh man, I wish. Like right now, earlier, I was with my grandpa, and my grandpa's a big wrestling fan, so we're catching up on the Survivor Series that just happened. So I was watching WWE, but I don't watch it as much as I'd like to. I catch myself watching highlights, and I really like piss myself off because I should be watching WWE.
Yeah, who are some of the guys over there that you like the work they're putting in right now?
Right now, Roman Reigns is probably the best heel in all of wrestling right now. I think the stuff that he's doing is amazing. Seth Rollins, just with his whole the evolution of his characters, I just think that's like, that's pretty badass. Becky Lynch, she's got it, man. She's great at what she does. But I think when I do watch WWE, I watch it for Angel Garza. He's in his tag team. He's in a tag team right now with his cousin Humberto Carrillo.
Yep.
And I think the stuff that they're putting out is really, really dope. I think Angel Garza, if like WWE doesn't like, do WWE things, um, he could be the next great Mexican American athlete, and like Del Rio and just different wrestlers. There's just something about it. It's like, oh, that guy's cool. That guy can represent us, stuff like that.
Yeah, so who's going to be the next guy? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, basically that's how I feel about him. So that's why I watch all the stuff that I do watch his stuff whenever he's on. Other than that, it's just like what culture ups and downs and what happened and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Dominic Mysterio. I just feel like he just doesn't have the chops like his dad,
Oh yeah, man, he's doing great though, right? He's like for it being his rookie year in the E, like it's doing great. But yeah, there's nothing like Rey Mysterio Jr. So it's just like it's one of those. It's like when Mr. Perfect's son came into wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like it was like that. Like, oh man, that sucks because Mr. Perfect was just amazing.
Exactly. Those are big shoes to fill.
But yeah, big shoes to fill. But I mean, hopefully Dominic, progresses and gets even better and better. Because I do think like he's been the most impactful out of Mr. Perfect's son, Curtis Axel, and stuff like that, like Bo Dallas. I mean, Bray Wyatt was great being IRS's son. But obviously we saw how that transpired. So it's like, damn.
Yeah. I know, man. And I watch all like Wrestle Talk and all the different, shows that break down everything and all the gossip and rumors and everything,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure, like,
I'm hooked on those rumors, man. I go to eWrestlingNews.com. I've been going there since I was like 14.
And I remember in the Monday Night Wars, we had there was this hotline that you could call. The number was in the phone book. It was a wrestling hotline, and you'd call and you just sit there and you just listen to it, and they'd give you all their.
Dude, that's so dope.
Yeah, man, they'd tell you ECW, WWE, New Japan, and you'd just be like, I don't even know who the fuck these New Japan guys are. But this is cool.
Oh, man. That's so 90s, dude. That's so dope.
Right?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I wish I would have bought the magazines to call the hotline. My mom would have been pissed.
Yeah. Shit, right? Man, do you remember whenever they would do pay-per-views too, like in your house? And then they'd have like a Undertaker or Bret Hart in the back, and they'd just be answering phones, And Undertaker,
yeah.
They're like, "Hello, rest in peace."
Yeah, I remember that. That was great stuff, man.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool that that people our age got to see that and got to like experience that. Just the transition in technology, and how to like get pay-per-views and stuff. I'm real grateful for being that generation. We're right there before smartphones, so we still got to play outside and everything, and then we just transitioned into technology. It's been a cool life, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because we went from like cassette tapes and VHS to Walkmans to Bluetooth to what are they called, iPods and shit, and then now we don't even have any of that. We just have a phone that has everything on it,
Yeah, exactly. One phone that's a camera, that's a computer, your music device, and everything. I still find myself having action figures and stuff. So I was never really into like, I don't know if you remember those. They used to sell them at Walmart. Like when you go to McDonald's, sometimes extra the hit clips. That it was like a little microchip you'd put into a little slot, and it would play like 20 seconds of music or something like that.
The song,
but they were expensive. Yeah, they were expensive. Remember my sister started getting into those, and I was just like, "Nah, I'm just gonna play with toys, with regular toys, because your computer stuff is too much for me."
Did you collect all the wrestlers growing up?
Yeah, and I'm pissed that I don't know where they are.
Yeah,
I had so many good ones, man. So many good ones. I think my mom secretly gave them away. And, I try to question her at least maybe once or twice a year about them. But she swears they're somewhere in storage, but she gave them away. I know she gave them away.
So what'd you have for the WWF, WCW?
Mostly WWF.
Yeah.
But whenever whenever my grandpa would like buy me an action figure, he'd always buy me WCW action figures.
Yeah, my dad did the same thing. It was like my mom and dad would compete, you know.
Yeah. I think it's because my grandpa, he's always gone to sleep real early, so WCW was on a lot earlier than WWF back then. So that's how he'd watch. So he'd see Ric Flair and he'd, this is badass. I'm gonna get this, you know. And I think I do have a bulky Ric Flair that he got me years ago. But yeah, mostly WWF. I kind of never played with the WCW ones, unless it was Sting. The Sting is dope.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way. I had a few WCW guys, but I didn't have the ring, so I'd be playing with them in my WWF ring, and it felt kind of weird, I did have a few, but mainly WWF guys. Now, man, at one time I had like 4 of those milk crates just full of wrestlers.
Badass!
But
badass. Did you have the casket?
Yeah, the Jack's casket. I had the Executioner guy too, which was actually Repo Man.
Oh, that's dope, dude. Yeah, that's dope.
Wish I still had that.
See, and now as an adult, I find myself on eBay. Now that I have adult money and I can buy the toys I want, I find myself on eBay looking for like, this is the first wrestler I ever had. I'm gonna buy this again. I did that recently, like with I don't know if you watched the Power Rangers Zeo.
I think I got out of it about the time Zeo came out. That was like the 3rd or 4th season, right?
That was the 3rd. I think it was technically the 3rd season, but the 2nd just change of Rangers. So Jason, the original Red Ranger, was the Gold Ranger in that season, and he had this staff. And as a kid, I had the staff, and I remember giving it away in kindergarten. And I kicked myself in the ass about it for years. But this year, I was like, hey, I'm going to look for that. And I found it. I found it at a good deal, too. Mint condition, $20 on eBay. So I was like, I'm getting this. So I have it in my my man cave, but it's my geek room, man. I just have all my wrestling stuff in there and all my like stuff.
When'd you start collecting again?
So I've always like bought Shawn Michaels figures. If I see them, I buy them. But like heavily collecting again, where I'm like, I'm gonna grab this weekend. Something every week, maybe about a year ago. I started going like on OfferUp and like eBay and like Let Go and stuff like that to see if they had any figures that was good. And usually people when they do have the good figures,
I have no idea, like especially on eBay, you'll word it differently, you just type in different words and then it'll hit. It's like, yes, find one.
Yes, a good one.
And then everywhere else, across the board, it's like $25, $30. Yeah. Sometimes it's kind of rare anymore, because like with like Toys That Made Us and stuff, man, it's like it exposed everybody that was collected. So now all this stuff has gone up, man, I remember you could get a vintage lot of He-Man guys and it was like $20 and you'd get like, 25, 30 guys all day long. And now, man, you pay that for like 3 guys and one of them's missing an arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this flea market that I go to when I'm in Tucson, and they have this shop called Tucson Toys. I've been going there for the last maybe 5-6 years, and they've had this one Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers for $15. But because I used to be a pawnbroker, it's stuck in my head that I'm not going to pay those $15. So I've been going month after month telling him, I'll give you $10 for that Ivan Ooze. I'll give you $10 for that Ivan Ooze. So nope, I'm selling it for $15. Okay, man, I'll give you $12 for that Ivan Ooze. And he won't let it go. I've told him, you've had it here for the last 5 years, dude. No one knows what it is. No one's going to pick it up. Nope, I'm not letting go. That man knows what he has, and he's refusing to let it go for any less than 15. And I just won't do it because then I let him win, and I don't want him to win.
That movie was all right anyway. It wasn't that good.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If it was a Zed or something, Avenues, he's like a weird offshoot Freddy Krueger knockoff thing.
Oh, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Have you seen the new like Hasbro Lord Zed?
I don't think so. No.
Oh man, those things are awesome.
Yeah.
Those things are awesome. The detail on those things.
Yeah.
Wish we had those when we were kids.
Oh no. Well, like they have these ones like the Fig Arts. They have like 3 different sets of hands and stuff that are all like.
Yeah, or you're gonna lose the parts.
Yeah. I've seen the head flipping ones are back from when we were kids.
Yeah, yeah. They're just cashing in, man. Hasbro's cashing in on everything right now.
Yeah.
I saw those. I bought the Red Ranger, but at that same flea market, I saw some guy selling the original ones for like maybe 50 a piece, and there was somebody that bought them. So I mean, Hasbro's doing well with the re-releases and everything.
Yeah.
Just giving the market more cash.
Oh yeah, well that's what's awesome too. Like we grew up in a cool time with technology and stuff, and now is a cool time as being an adult because it's like everything's going full circle, pop culture wise.
Yeah. I think John Moxley probably, man. He's probably my favorite today. All time, of course, Shawn Michaels. I was gonna say Shawn Michaels, but he's been retired for like 15 years. So today, wrestling, John Moxley would probably be my favorite. And close to him, I would probably say Danielson. Danielson is amazing in that ring.
So, what promotion do you mainly work for now?
Now I work mostly for Rockstar Wrestling Alliance. I've been primarily there for a couple months, and I would say the same with the Arizona Wrestling Federation. I spent about the same amount of time there. So primarily those two.
How are the crowds and everything, with like coming back from COVID and everything?
So last year, when the restrictions were like being lifted and stuff, I used to go to like Arizona Wrestling Federation shows and help out and stuff. And the crowds, people were excited. So the crowds were sold out. I think they did maybe like 10 sold out shows in a row. So there was the excitement for wrestling. And then I wrestled with Rockstar Wrestling Alliance. And it just went to show, how much wrestling is appreciated and loved. It was sold out. There was like almost 1,000 people in that theater. So the crowds have been really good.
That there's still a need for it there, like there's still a void.
Yeah.
That needs to be filled. So that's awesome. Where did the name Chubby Depp come from? Or Chubby Depp, my bad. Where did that name come from?
So the name Chubby Depp, growing up, I was always like the bigger guy with all my friends, but I still had this confidence to me. And I always told them how handsome I was all the time, and that I looked like a movie star. And then one of my friends told me, "Calm down, Chubby Depp," as a reference to Johnny Depp and stuff. So since then, it just stuck. Like the very next day, it became my Instagram handle, and I've been Chubby Depp with my friends, and now with wrestling ever since. That's where that came from. So what started out as a joke, fortunately, became something cool.
Yeah, that's great. You just seem like a big jolly guy.
I'm chill most of the time, man. I just like to have a good time, like to party. I like to hang out. No, I'm that guy. Good vibes all around. I'm really never upset about it. Nothing ever really gets me upset, to be truthful with you, except gas prices.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's bad right now. But yeah, man, life's chill, man. I try to enjoy it to the fullest that I can.
What's your finishing move?
I don't know, man. I don't know. For the last couple months, I've been using something different in every match. I
Yeah.
just can't find anything to click. Yeah, I can't find anything, man. I went like from like a 1916, a top rope splash. I've used the power bomb.
Yeah.
Most recently, I used the Vader bomb, which I think maybe I'll stick to the Vader bomb. It seemed really impactful.
Yeah.
So that, but I don't know, man. I have no idea.
Man, you could always bring back the Pool River Plunge. You remember Ahmed Johnson?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be
Man,
cool. I've been watching a lot of Rikishi.
yeah. Yeah. Man, I seen you 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 selling on there earlier. I was watching you on YouTube. Yeah, I seen you selling, and then you straight up Hulk Hogan no sold, and I was like, yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. A little bit, just a little bit of no. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool, man. Was that the match with the pool?
yeah, with the chips.
Yeah,
That was funny too. At the end, you were just munching them.
yeah. I made a mistake one time because I usually eat like a snack, not necessarily a snack, but when I come out, I usually bring like, some snacks for the audience or something. And I screwed up because I brought a Slim Jim for one of my matches. I put it in my boot. So when the referee, patted me down and everything, he would find a Slim Jim, just to add to the character. And so I take a bite out of it, and it was a complete mistake, man, because I don't know, I forgot what I was facing, but he gave me a move and I bumped on it, and everything just like came back. The whole match, I just had something in my mouth, and I was like, no, you can't throw up,
Yeah.
It was something. So I try not to eat anymore.
Yeah. I bet that was awful, man. Spicy. Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah.
It felt like heartburn for 12 minutes straight without no little break or anything. It was bad.
It could be worse though, man. You could be like a Bad News Brown and be facing Andre. I don't know how that guy like looked at anybody the next day afterwards.
I know.
He'd be so shamed out. Oh,
I would too, man. I think what's his name? Sid did it to the Undertaker too at WrestleMania 11. I think.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it sucks, man. And they said that the commentators, that's why they wear dark pants, because just in case they have to pee and they can't leave. What?
Yeah.
Like Vince is just like, you're not going anywhere. You sit down there and you piss yourself, Michael Cole.
Yeah, so it sucks, man, because after you put on like all of your wrestling gear, like I wear some compression pants, and then I put my singlet on top of that, and then on top of the singlet I put the wrestling tights. So it's a lot to damn, do I really need to go to the bathroom right now?
Yeah.
I really need to take this off. So yeah, once you put on your gear, try to just not do anything.
The same promotion you started at, or have you moved around a little bit? Have you got to like get on a circuit?
Yeah. Wrestled for New Generation Lucha Libre recently. That was the newest promotion I went to. I've wrestled for Venue Wrestling Entertainment. I've wrestled for AWA. I've wrestled for Latin American Wrestling in Mexico. And then a couple different promotions, man. So we're just kind of anywhere that'll give us the opportunity or give me the opportunity. I want to go make a good impression.
Yeah.
So hopefully there'll be more opportunities in the future.
Do you try to bring some of that lucha heritage to your character or to your style of wrestling?
Yeah. I've been training recently in Lucha Libre. One of my coaches teaches us American. Another one of our coaches teaches us Lucha Libre. So I try to go to both classes when they're available, just to to have a better variety of styles.
Oh yeah.
To try and do it all. So yeah, I try to bring some of that into the character.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Whenever I saw you, do the no sell, I was like, oh, that's awesome, man. Because I just think about it like, you know, making your own arsenal of moves, and it's like a buffet of all these characters that we've grown up. So you just start, I'll
Yeah,
take this from him, I'll take that from Mr. Perfect, I'll do this.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big play, man. It's awesome, and that's the thing that I love about independent wrestling. It's like you can be whoever you want, whenever you want, and you could mix your idols into a bowl, into a melting pot, and you could be a little bit of everything. Just make sure you're yourself.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about.
It's a blast going out there and like just portraying a character that's, is your character too far removed from who you actually are, or is it pretty close?
So the whole dancing stuff,
Yeah.
I've always told my friends, joking around, like I'm the best dancer out of all you guys. I can outdance you. I can outdance you. There was a time I even like got on YouTube for like a good 2 months and just tried to learn how to crump just to prove that I was that I was a good dancer. That didn't play out too well. But with the character, I go out there and just dance and make a fool out of myself because in reality I can't dance, man. I have no rhythm whatsoever. So it's me. That character is me 100%. That's exactly how I am. With people who know me and who grew up with me. I just like to have a good time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not far removed at all. I've always heard that in wrestling, the best thing is to be exactly yourself. So it's me, just turned up to 100.
Yeah.
Maybe like 110.
So I'm guessing it sounds like you have kind of a Rikishi kind of gimmick going.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Like now, I didn't think about it that way for a long time. And then me and my tag partner, Ricky Reyes, we're watching some old footage just to, see what we can do when we tag and stuff like that. We put on Too Cool, and then he told me, "Hey man, my mom likes your character because you remind her of Rikishi." And I was like, "Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes complete sense." So,
I get it.
so I get it now. So yeah, the Rikishi thing lately has been like, oh, I can do that. Like maybe I can take some influence from that. So yeah, it's all Rikishi's the main guy right now, who people compare me to. So it's cool. I wish I could do things like him though. That guy was awesome.
If you make people laugh like him, you're good. That's one of the biggest parts of it. Where your promotion's in Arizona too, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. The promotion that I work for, I've been mostly in Arizona. Arizona based. Anything that's since this is my rookie year, I've been lucky to get my feet wet. So I'm trying to make a name here so I can break out somewhere else and so on. The whole domino effect. Hopefully, God willing.
And it seems like you got something already. I mean,
thank you.
That's again, that's a big part of it. The it factor, being able to go out there and entertain people. If you can do that, you got something going. If you go out there and no sell, nobody gives a shit. Nobody's cheering or booing, then you're in bad shape.
Yeah, exactly. I've been fortunate that the fans have enjoyed the character thus far. So I hope to just keep evolving and keep entertaining because that's really it's a really fulfilling feeling. Just knowing that you went out there, you made people's day, or you took someone out of whatever they were going through for a little bit. So that's cool. That's the most fulfilling part of wrestling for me.
Yeah, man. I take my hat off to you, man, because I've always wanted to be a wrestler, and I bet that just the feeling that you get from the crowd and stuff, because I've done music myself. I used to be in bands and stuff, and I know the feeling that gives you, but it just I can imagine as a professional wrestler coming out there and like yeah.
Man, that's like funny you say that. After my first wrestling match, like I've been in bands, played shows and stuff, and it feels great, doesn't it? Like just like it feels great right after after a good rock out or something.
Have you gone by any other wrestling names?
No. So it's funny when we were to come up with characters after before we graduated, right? And my coach was just throwing off names for everybody, and everyone was just like, "Oh man, I don't want to be that. Oh man, I don't want to be that." And then I just looked at my Instagram handle. Luckily, I was like the only one that came up with my own name. But I'm gonna be Chubby Depp. That's me. You know? But no other name. No other name. I used to with a friend back when in my hometown. You know, we were just always just messing around, wrestling. We came up with these characters. The only character that I was Pat Smith, the Flash Flood, other character, you know, that I've like created, but that'll never see the light of day.
Yeah, we used to have our trampoline federation in the backyard, you know, and I was a Radical Rad Fate. That was my thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I painted my face like Sting or Ultimate Warrior, you know. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Nope. So if you were a wrestler, you would use face paint.
Do what?
Oh, it froze again, didn't it?
Yeah. You say if I was a wrestler?
If you were, you would use face paint?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. I don't see too many people doing it anymore.
Yeah, I always heard that like you'll sweat and it'll get in your eyes and shit, you know, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, it looks badass, right? Like I really miss people doing that. There's this guy who is sometimes on the same card as I am. His name's Crazy Chaos. And I watch him do his makeup all the time, man. So much skill. Like I'll see him at shows like with makeup inspired by like Darth Maul, and then something different the next one. Every time it's just so perfect. I'm like, damn, dude, maybe it's Maybelline. All the time.
Man, yeah, the face paint's something I wish would come back. The more guys with long hair and the neon, man, and just those big
the neon.
You know, like we could use one here and there, you know, because that shit was fun.
Exactly. It was funny, man. It was great.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like with like you know how AEW is like nostalgic, I guess. Hopefully they start doing stuff like that, bringing back those colors and stuff like that.
Yeah. That'd be cool, man. If we got like
dope.
Yeah, like if we got more like Mortal Kombat style characters, like another Mortis.
Yeah,
that'd be cool, man. I'd be down.
Yeah, that'd be really dope.
Yeah,
that'd be really, really dope.
Well, hell, man, I've kept you for a pretty good while here. So, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Instagram as Chubby Depp, Chubby_Depp. Same thing on Twitter. I don't really get on the TikTok, but you can find me there. On Facebook, it's Chuberto Depp because for some reason Facebook just wouldn't let me put Chubby. But yeah, it's Chuberto there. And I apologize for it cutting out so much, man, but I had a great time here. Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, man.